This is the all-new, all-electric ZDX from Acura. I'm going to go into all of the details, but first, I'm going to tell you why ZDX might sound a little familiar to you. The original ZDX comes from a one-generation car that was made in 2010 that was neither a car nor an SUV, neither sedan nor coupe, but some odd amalgam of them all. Like the Honda Cross Tour, the ZDX was either ahead of its time or there's a reason, like convertible SUVs, it did not land. That Acura has resurrected this name for their first EV, well, I'm hoping that that isn't a harbinger of things to come. Taking a look at this one, I kind of doubt it. The ZDX is a joint venture with GM and they're using the Ultium platform. Now, as I said with the Honda Prologue video, this is a one and done for Acura because in future, they are going to be moving to their own technology. The base model, or A-Spec, gets 358 horsepower, 325 pound-feet of torque for the rear-wheel drive version. If you get a dual-motor version, which gets you all-wheel drive, that one makes 490 horses and 437 pound-feet of torque. But the one that I'm driving today is the Type S, and this one is going to deliver 500 horsepower, 544 pound-feet of torque. Now, Acura is calling this their fastest vehicle ever. So you ask, well, what about the NSX? Easy question. It got more horsepower with 520, but the torque number was less, only 433. So that torque number is really gonna make a difference here when it comes to the power and how you feel, because of course, you guys, this is electric vehicle. This is instant torque. And when we are going in a straight line like I'm about to go right now, this thing absolutely flies from the get-go. It is also a beast around turns too. It's got great 50-50 weight distribution that makes it feel really balanced around corners. It also gets an air suspension that can raise and lower the ride height of the ZDX. When you're in sport mode, it's going to lower you 15 millimeters, which will really help you hug the road, especially important when you're driving around twisty turns. Snow mode raises the ZDX 25 millimeters for some good clearance over dirt or rocks or, well, snow. There is also a normal ride height where the ZDX lives most of the time. You do get adaptive dampers, and that's going to come with just 2 different damping curves. You can definitely tell the difference. There is a noticeable difference when you put it in sport. You can definitely feel the road a little bit more. Things tend to firm up a little bit. And then when you go flip into normal, which I'm going to do right now, it eases up a little bit. You feel a little bit more comfortable. I think both of them are great. One is not super more torqued than the other. Sport gives you just a little bit of an extra edge. Other functions that those modes control include throttle response, steering feedback, which frankly I really liked the way that the steering felt, brake response, and the noise that this car makes. Oh, the noise. If you watched my Honda Prologue video, you will know that I was not a fan of many of the noises in that vehicle. And when you were in sport mode, Honda pumped this sort of sporty noise into the cabin. Acura does the same thing here. It is a different sound. It is a little bit less grating and irritating, at least to my ear, but you can shut the sport one off that gets pumped into the cabin if you want. So if it's really irritating to you, there is a workaround. Other features on the ZDX Type S, well, you'll get 6-piston Brembo brakes. These guys feel substantive and sure-footed. And you can get available Conti Premium Contact 6 tires on 22-inch wheels with 275 40R22s. For an Acura, that's pretty mind-boggling. Those will cost you $1,000. So just a quick note I'd like to address. The A-Spec will be the volume trim, and we did not get that one to drive. I am kind of disappointed about that, to be honest. While yes, the ZDX does get a ton of power, it's quick and it handles itself well, it does drive like a bigger, heavier SUV, and I'm not sure that it's really Type S fun like, say, the Integra. I wish we'd been allowed to drive even the dual motor version, which still has plenty of power, for a better sense of what more people will actually buy. So you're going to be able to get your ZDX in a lot of different colors, but I have two favorites. The first one is this. This is the Double Apex Blue Pearl. I've always liked this color. The other one is the Tiger Eye Pearl. Now, those two colors are only available on the Type S. The other ones you can get in like a red, a gray, a silver, a black, a white. Interiors, you're going to be able to do a red. We always love a red interior, white, and black. Now, just from the side here, the Type S is always going to come with a black roof, but I want to ask you, I think personally it looks better with the body colored roof, but I want to know what you guys think in the comments. For reference, this is about the same length as the Acura MDX, but it has a much longer wheelbase by 8 inches. That means more interior space for passengers. It's also 3 inches lower. I can say wagon, can you? By comparison, the Audi A4 Allroad is only 6 inches lower in overall height. Inside the cabin feels super airy in spite of the high beltline. You get this massive panoramic moonroof that opens standard, which helps that vibe. You also get 28.7 cubic feet of cargo space behind the second row. It's not cavernous, but the 62 cubes with the second row down feels massive. And you get a power tailgate standard across both trim levels. The front fascia actually feels fairly restrained, and I'm kind of liking the size of this. I remember a time when this badge was literally as big as my head. I like the interpretation of the diamond pentagon grille. It's sleek looking. I also love the chicane day running lights and the jewel-eyed headlights. Obviously, you want your EV to be as efficient as possible to maximize range. And there are a lot of different things that Acura has done here to help with that. There is an active shutter in the front grille. There are some wheel diffusers here, so it sort of pushes air around the front tires. These wheels are designed also to help with aerodynamics. There's a spoiler on the roof, there's a diffuser under here, but also this piece that's right here. All of these elements are going to help to push air nice and smoothly around the back end of this car, making it as efficient as possible. The interior takes on the same general look and feel of every other car using this platform, meaning the Chevrolet Blazer EV, the Honda Prologue, and even the Cadillac Lyriq. But with an Acura premium flair, there's a nice mix of knobs with the 11.3-inch touchscreen. You also get an 11-inch digital cluster with ads like navigation and a head-up display. Google built-in runs the system, same as Chevy and the Honda Prologue. But unlike the former, you can also use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Both are wireless. Also, you get an 18-speaker Bang & Olufsen audio system. With the shifter moved here to the steering column, it actually opens up a lot of area here for some great storage. So you get sort of under console storage here. On this little pad right here, you get space for 2 cell phones that can sit side by side. And this is actually not the charging area. This is right here. It's this pocket right here. So if you needed to put 3 phones in here, you could absolutely do that. Overall, I think it's really kind of thoughtful in that regard. When it comes to materials and finishes, Acura does make the ZDX look premium. Milano leather seating, real stitching on the dash, console, and other surfaces, aluminum and chrome trim. I will say the switchgear feels a little bit inexpensive to me and not like metal, but the sport foot pedals are metal. On the Type S, you get 16-way adjustable front seats. You do get these window shades back here that make you kind of feel a little bit like a rock star. And you do get heated rear seats right here. Like I was saying, when I was talking about the wheelbase and talking about just how cavernous the interior is going to be, look at all of this legroom that I have behind my ideal seating position. It's really crazy. This is Mike Danger's ideal seating position. You can see there's still quite a bit of room. It's pretty impressive. And this is the middle seat, or the little armrest. And the middle seat, kind of exactly like the Honda Prologue, there's a depression right here, so you can actually fit somebody in this seat very comfortably. I actually find these seats to be very comfortable. Up front, you get some nice bolsters. Back here, they're very cushy. You get lots of nice soft surfaces. There's a little bit of ultra suede inserts here. I like it, it's very pretty. Acura Watch comes standard on the base ZDX that includes features like adaptive cruise control, front pedestrian braking, a surround camera view, blind zone, steering assist, and lane change alerts. Acura Watch 360 comes on the Type S, and that gets you hands-free cruise, which is, yes, rebranded Super Cruise, and will let you drive hands-free on 400,000 miles of programmed roads. It switches lanes for you, and even though there are unsettling moments, this is a very nice system to have for long, monotonous trips. I could definitely get spoiled with this. So the Acura ZDX does also come with a key card that you can use to open it. Again, if you watch the Honda Prologue video, we had a little bit of trouble with that. I'm kind of glad that they didn't give me that for this one. I'm fine just opening it with a key in my hand. Because you have to have the card with you and you pull it out and put it on this. Like, what's the difference? When it comes to range, the base A-Spec gets 313 miles, configured as a two-wheel drive vehicle. As an all-wheel drive crossover, you're looking at 304 miles. The Type S, with all of its performance enhancements, gets you 278 miles of range. Max DC fast charging is going to be 190 kilowatts. You will be able to charge, like, I think 80 miles in about 10 minutes. If you're looking more at about 72 miles in the Type S in that same amount of time, you will be able to charge on the sort of normal charging networks, Electrify America, EVgo, but you can also charge on Tesla's network now too. Also, just like Honda, Acura are offering buyers a Level 2 home charging station and a $500 installation credit and $100 public credit, or a portable charger with a $250 installation credit and a $300 public credit, or a $750 credit at public charging stations. That's all included in the price of the car. Is that enough incentive? So what is the price of the Acura ZDX? Well, the base A-Spec is going to cost you $65,850. If you're looking to buy the Type S, that's going to set you back $74,850. Now, neither one of those prices includes the $7,500 federal tax credit that both of them qualify for, so you can take that out of the balance sheet. If you are ready to pull the trigger on this or any other vehicle, click on the link above. Kelley Blue Book will always be able to help you find a fair purchase price. If you're cross-shopping the ZDX, take a look at the BMW iX, the Audi SQ8 e-tron, Mercedes-Benz EQE 500 4MATIC, and the Genesis electrified GV70. Not everybody is ready for an EV, and the good thing is you don't need to be. But if you are in the market, you're looking for something a little bit more on the premium side, something that's got really great interior fit and finishes, it has excellent tech, and you even have an option of pretty exciting driving dynamics, then I would definitely put the Acura ZDX on your list. Just make sure that it's this one and not the original.